Changes are coming to the Dallas Mavericks, and we already saw some in tonight's game against the Los Angeles Lakers, where unfortunately we did lose 129 to 119 in Anthony Davis's return to action after missing 14 straight games, as well as his first game back in the Los Angeles Lakers arena. And he kind of disappointed. Granted, he is coming back from injury. Still didn't put up that great of a stat sheet. The Dallas Mavericks did have a wonderful first half to the game. It just wasn't enough in the second half. But there is a lot of good things to take away from this Dallas Mavericks team. The team played so much better in tonight's game. Although we did lose, we did improve in many areas, especially our offense. We started a whole new lineup, and there's a lot of changes that will continue if this Dallas Mavericks team is taking this season seriously and wants to win more games. So in this video, we're going to take a look at tonight's game against the Lakers. We'll see what worked, what didn't work, as well as who stood on business. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we are currently sitting at 23,247 subscribers. You already know we got the goal of 25K, so if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related, from our live streams, our watch-alongs, news vids, injury updates, everything else in between, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing that we do. But we went over earlier in the day how we got the news that Anthony Davis was returning to action in tonight's game against the Los Angeles Lakers. We've been following very closely over the last 2 weeks of his progress to return. He did practice Wednesday, everything looked good, and he got the go-ahead to play. Now, obviously, he was on a minutes restriction, only playing about 28 minutes. Some things look good, some things didn't really look that great, but he is back from injury. There was no rush. He had extended time. So in the next few games, we should see improvement in game over game when it comes to Anthony Davis. But this wasn't just an Anthony Davis revenge game. It was also a Luka Doncic revenge game. And obviously, in Luka fashion, he had a great game. But if you didn't watch this game, then you would be surprised to see, or surprised to be told, that the Mavericks actually played very well. Our offense looked the best it's looked all season long. We saw certain changes in our lineups and rotations that have yielded great results. In this game, we did not play D'Angelo Russell one single minute. He got a full DNP. Jaden Hardy at least got a minute, but no D'Angelo Russell. We instead opted to start Ryan Nembhard, our two-way point guard. A starting point guard against the Los Angeles Lakers, and it yielded great results. We actually had Brandon Williams coming off the bench, which I thought was also very good for the Dallas Mavericks. We played Anthony Davis at the center position where, sure, on offense, DeAndre Ayton's guarding him, but on defense, no. AD was not guarding DeAndre Ayton. There was a lot of weird lapses in our defense. It definitely felt like we sacrificed defense for offense, which did in some ways help us, but in some ways it did hurt us. In the third quarter, after halftime, we were up by 2. The Lakers go on a three-point shooting spree, looking like the 2016 Warriors. Nothing we could do. Granted, we were leaving guys wide open at the three-point line, but even some of those tough threes, the Lakers were definitely making. But even so, the Mavericks were still shooting very efficiently from the floor, shooting very efficiently from 3, hitting their free throws. Things look good for us. And I hate to bring this up, but one of the things that were working against us were the refs. Austin Reeves was getting every single foul call. He was going to the line whenever he wanted to. And even then, the Dallas Mavericks kept it very close until about the last 3 minutes. It got away from us. There was about a minute recorded of garbage time. But overall, the big picture, there were a lot of good things that I saw from tonight's game that I hope carry forward, and this wasn't just some fluke. I don't think it is. With all due respect, the Lakers are a good team. They're now 15-4 on the season. They are a good team. They're 14-4. They are a good team. This wasn't just the Mavericks getting lucky. We actually played good basketball. But if you want to take a look at the box score from tonight's game, Anthony Davis in his first game back had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3, and as well as 3 blocks. I'll give him that, the 3 blocks. The defense was a little bit questionable at times. The offense was very slow to get going, but overall, I'm hoping a healthy Anthony Davis can yield good results. PJ, our leading scorer, had 22 points, shot 9 of 19 from the floor, 2 of 4 from 3, had 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. Again, PJ looking like one of our best players as always. The turnovers were not that much of a problem this game, only 2 from PJ. Cooper Flag, now that AD's back, unfortunately, I kind of saw this coming. I was worried that once an AD returns, Cooper Flag kind of takes a back seat. Only 13 points on 5-11 shooting. He was 1 of 3 from 3 and 2 of 2 from the free throw line with 7 rebounds, 11 assists, which is huge, as well as 3 steals. Now, a lot of times, a lot of fans, myself included, get very frustrated when Cooper Flag passes the ball. We want him to be aggressive, stop being passive. But if you're going to finish a game with 13 points, 11 assists, by all means, a double-double like that, that's actually a pretty solid game. That's a pretty solid game from Cooper Flagg, showing off his playmaking, getting guys involved, as well as getting his own shot off. And he wasn't too aggressive early on. That's something that we've kind of gotten used to Cooper Flagg. He doesn't really turn up till the second half, but even then, only 13 points. But Ryan Nembhard, the two-way point guard who got his first NBA start, only playing 23 minutes, by the way, the least amount of points out of any of our starters, had 17 points on 7-11 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3, had 2 rebounds, 4 assists, as well as 1 steal. Definitely want to see more assists from Ryan Nembhard. However, the fact that he can score and get his own bucket, I absolutely love that. And maybe going forward, maybe that's the answer. Maybe the Dallas Mavericks need to trust their two-way point guard who went undrafted to be our starting point guard. If that's the answer, then so be it. Ryan Nembhard is proving himself game after game after game. And off the bench, not really too much to talk about. Dwight Powell as well as Caleb Martin had a minute of garbage time where only Dwight Powell recorded anything, and that was a rebound. Daniel Gafford, rough game from him. I think he kind of got knocked around a little bit. I saw him hobbling up and down the court. He only finished with 5 points, with 4 rebounds, as well as 2 turnovers and 1 steal. Najee Marshall looked very solid off the bench, had 16 points on 4 of 8 shooting, hit all of his free throws. He was 7 of 7. He also had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Klay Thompson, still pretty good off the bench for us, had 10 points, 3 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 6 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, had 1 rebound, 1 assist. And then you had Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams, having 24 minutes of action, had 11 points, 3 of 11 shooting. Not the best efficiency, had 2 rebounds as well as 3 assists. And then Jaden Hardy, just 1 solid minute of garbage time. Overall, the Dallas Mavericks looked good. I know it's hard to tell from these losses. I mean, we do have the second best defensive rating in the entire NBA. We have the absolute worst offense. And our offense our offense scored 40 points in the second quarter alone. Our offense still held it close until the fourth quarter. We had nothing left to give. The offense was holding strong. The defense was really what fell apart. But overall, there is a lot of good things to take away from this game. If this Dallas Mavericks team chooses to stay competitive, with a 5-15 record, I don't know how competitive you can be, but if the Mavericks somehow, someway choose to stay competitive and want to try and win games, whatever they did tonight has to continue. AD has to get healthier. He has to contribute more on the offensive end, as you are our best player apparently, but the way PJ plays, it may be his team more than it is AD's team. But if Max Christie can still hit threes, if Najee Marshall can still be a spark plug off the bench, if Cooper Flagg can still learn how to get his own bucket off in the middle of the game, how to just feel it out, let the game slow down, if everything that we saw tonight continues, the Dallas Mavericks can pivot from this tank/rebuild, whatever it is that we have going on, and try to pivot to being a more competitive team. However, none of that matters if we can't win games. You can look good game after game after game, but if you're just losing, then all what I said means absolutely nothing. Now, I guess we got to talk about who stood on business. I'm giving it to Ryan Nembhard. 17 points in his first NBA start, as well as 2 rebounds, 4 assists. I'm not too upset by it. I think Cooper Flagg played well, PJ as well. You can choose who you think stood on business, but to me, I got to give it to Ryan Nembhard. But just look at a few other things from tonight's game. Like I said, Ryan Nembhard tonight had 17 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 7-11 from the floor, 3 of 5 from 3. A part of the future. You are absolutely right. Ryan Nembhard is definitely that guy for us. But that's all I got for you guys today. The Dallas Mavericks lost to the Lakers. We're now 5-15. We play the Clippers in like 19 hours, something like that. Later on tonight, we're going to play the Los Angeles Clippers in a back-to-back. We're probably not going to see Anthony Davis. We're probably not going to win. I think Kawhi Leonard is back. It's going to be a rough game, but the Dallas Mavericks have been making every single game competitive. Even though we lost by 10, it was only to the last few seconds of the game. Last few minutes of the game where it did fall apart for us. We are never really out of these games. It's only until the last few minutes do we ever see if we're ever in or out. So who knows? Maybe in a back-to-back we can get a win, but I wouldn't hold my breath. But let me know in the comment section down below. Who do you think stood on business? Do you think that Anthony Davis coming back is a good look? Do you think that he can ramp up and try to build up that trade value? Or do you still have no hope for this team? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We can have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for guys today. Thank you for starting the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And as always, y'all, take care. Drink water. Peace.